In this video, I'm going to talk to you about finding the vertex of a quadratic equation. So, for example, suppose we have this problem, and that's going to equal y. Y equals 3x squared plus 6x minus 3. All right, so we want to graph this. I want to actually, put this on a graph somewhere, and it's going to go. Who knows how it's going to go? I'm just saying that I want to graph it. All right, so what I need to do first is locate the vertex. Now, the vertex is the point of the graph where the direction changes. This is going up, and then it changes now, and it's going down. So the vertex is right there, the tippy point. I can also go like this. The vertex is right there. So I need to find that point so I can graph it on the equation, on the line, excuse me. All right, to do that, we're going to use a little formula, and it goes like this. Negative b over 2 times a. Now let me show you what the a and the b and the c is. In this equation, the number in front of the x squared is called the a. And we don't say 3x squared, we just say 3. The a is 3. The a is 3. It's not 3x, it's just 3. The b is 6. It's not 6x, it's just 6. And the c is negative 3. Now, it's not just 3, it's negative 3. You got to put these signs. The reason I didn't circle this is because it's automatically positive. There's automatically positive there. Okay. So to solve this formula, I have to go negative b divided by 2a. All right, so my b is, and sometimes I even have kids go like this. A equals 3, b equals 6, and c equals negative 3. Sometimes I have them actually write it down. All right, so negative b over 2a. So my b is 6, so I'm going to go negative 6 over 2 times a. What's a? 3. So that equals negative 6 over positive 6, which equals negative 1. Now, I know that my x-intercept is negative 1. That's what I just solved for, was just the x part of the vertex. So now I know that on my graph, I'm going to go left 1, but I don't know if I'm going up or down. All right, now we're going to do the next part. So let me erase some of this. So we know that the x-intercept is negative 1. All right. The x-intercept is negative 1. Let's not forget that. All right, now we're going to go back into the formula, which was 3x squared plus 6x minus 3. And we're going to plug in negative 1 for the x. 3 times negative 1 squared plus 6 times negative 1 minus 3. Now we just use the PEMDAS and solve this problem. 3 times 1, then positive 6 times negative 1 is just negative 6, and then minus 3. So now we have 3 minus 6 minus 3. So it's going to be 3 minus 9, and that's going to equal negative 6. All right, so my vertex, now I know that my vertex is negative 1, comma, negative 6. Negative 1, comma, negative 6. All right, now let's go over here and show you a graph. Whoops, sorry guys. We're going to go negative 1 over here. I'll do it in black. Negative 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's negative 1, negative 6. All right, so I know that my vertex is on negative 1, negative 6. I also know this because I said y equals 3x squared plus 6x minus 3. I know that my graph is going to open up. I don't know exactly how it's going to open up, and I'm not going to teach you that right this second. I just know that because there's a positive number here, that my graph is going to open up. All right, therefore, they want to know, is this number, is this x, is this vertex, is that a maximum or a minimum number? Well, let me ask you this. Can the y's go any lower than -6? This is -1 comma -6. Can the y's go any lower than -6? No. So this is a minimum number. It's as low as it can go. It's a minimum. It's as low as it can go. All right? All right, we're going to do another, let me do another equation for you. All right, so I've started this a little bit for you. The equation is -x squared plus 6x plus 3, and I want to find the vertex. So I have the a equals -1. You see there's a negative right here, and that's a -1. The b is a 6, and the c is 3. So negative b over 2a. Well, b is 6, so -6 over 2 times a, which was -1. So it's going to be -6 over -2, which equals +3. All right, so my x value is +3. Okay? Now I'm going to erase this, and we're going to put it back in the equation and see what the y value is. Okay? All right, so I'm going to take the 3, and I'm going to go -3 squared plus 6 times 3 plus 3. That becomes -9 plus 18 plus 3. And when you stick that in the calculator, whatever you do, the answer's coming out to +12. So the y value now is going to equal +12. So x is 3, y is 12. All right, let me erase this now. And my vertex, I'm going to go over here 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to go up 12. If I can, I don't know if I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't, guys. Let's pretend this is 12 right here, okay? Let's just pretend that's 12. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to call that 312. Now, I'm going to go back and look at my equation. Because my equation starts with a negative number, the number in front of the x squared is negative. I know this is going to go down. It's going to open up down. Now I have to say, is this vertex, is that a maximum or a minimum? Well, you might be able to tell that it's a maximum number. It's as high as it can go. So we call that a maximum.